Hi, it's Tony from Sailing Gurus, and we're just going to have a look at some basic operations of the B&G chart plotter Zeus 3. The first thing to note is we have a number of different screens, and if we press the different screens you'll see the orange bar highlighted on either side of them. Over here we're currently motoring along the Spanish coast heading towards Cartegena. We've just left Marbella. There's absolutely no wind today, so it's a good time to do a little video. We're on autopilot, so if I press the autopilot menu button over here, you can see that from below, I'm actually below decks, I can alter course looking through the saloon window. I've just come to starboard 2 degrees. We're on the right heading. I'm quite happy, so I'll steer backwards. Trap for young players, guys. If you're in your chart screen, we've now got control of zooming in, zooming out. We can also use our twisting knob up on the top right hand side. If you are on passage and you have the autopilot selected, you'll see the numbers change here as I twist our knob to the top right. That can be a trap in the middle of the night. If you've got your autopilot highlighted and you think you're zooming in on your screen, you might be altering course, so just be aware of that. As we look at autopilot, we've got a couple of different settings. I'm just going to go through two. The first one is heading hold. That's a basic autopilot. The second one we've got is wind. That's quite nice when you're sailing. Instead of having to trim your sails, if the wind's altering slightly, we can actually sail to our wind angle. I'm going to put that back on basic heading because, as I say, we're just motoring. So let's go back to our chart screen and let's just have a look at putting a go-to waypoint in. Very basically, if we're going over here to this anchorage, we're not too worried about the route. We're just basically following the coast down, staying in around about 20-30 meters at the moment. So if I put the cursor where my anchorage is, I'll come up to the top right hand side and go to there it is there, go to cursor, and you'll see we've now got a new waypoint bearing, waypoint distance. Very, very simple. Over here we press go to and we got go to a point. If we want to clear that, we'll go back to navigation and we'll just simply cancel that go to. And if you have a look at our data screen here, we've no longer got information going to that point. Okay, let's have a look at we'll come back to our data screen in a minute, but let's look at creating some split screens. So I'm just going to get the autopilot to move over to the left, and you'll see we've got a number of features on here, things like obviously chart, our video cameras, radar, instruments, etc. We have set up a couple of split screens over here, and I'll show you, it's very basic, how to create a new one. So if I hit a plus, drag panels to the left hand side, chart over here. I also want my sail steer on there as well. I'll save that, and you'll see that we've now got our apparent wind angle, our true wind angle, all of our sail steer instruments. We're still in chart plotter, and we've now got a third item here. If we want to edit that, basically we can go edit, choose to edit that. We can change that over, we'll clear that one, clear the panel. We might want instruments and video. Yeah, it's just very basic stuff. If we want that, we'll save it. We're going to discard that. If we want to free up a little bit of space on the right hand side, we'll just delete it. Very, very simple. Okay, I'm going to go back into chart plotter, and you'll see here we've got two data bars. We can reduce that to one by highlighting the data bars, and you'll see here bar 2, this page only, and we've gone to a single data bar here. Yeah, I'm going to put that second data bar on, and if we want to change any of these within our data bar, we go into edit and we can choose whichever of the data we require. It brings up a menu. On each of these menus we have a whole lot of things like destination, positions, distance to waypoint. We've actually set this up to be how we want it. So we're interested in speed over ground, apparent wind speed, which is on our Triton head for our wind instruments, estimated time to waypoint. If we have a route, we've got estimated time to arrival, date time, position, etc, etc. So that's quite simple. When we finished editing, everything's as we want it. Go back into our top right hand menu and hit finish editing.